The world does not pity those who wallow in their own misfortune. It does not pause for the weak. It does not reward the complainer. No man or woman ever gained true respect by lamenting their hardships. No empire was built on excuses. No legacy was forged in self-pity. Complaints are the desperate cries of those who have surrendered control over their own lives, believing that external forces dictate their fate. But the Stoic knows better. To complain is to admit defeat before the battle even begins. It is to raise your hands in surrender while life marches forward, indifferent to your grievances. The Stoic understands that the world owes them nothing, that hardship is not an obstacle but a test, that suffering is not a punishment but an opportunity. Every moment spent whining about circumstances is a moment lost in weakness. The man who refuses to complain, who refuses to be a victim, who takes full ownership of his fate, that is the man the world respects. Do you wish to be powerful? Then remove the weight of excuses from your back. Do you wish to be unbreakable? Then stop seeking comfort in pity. This world does not care for words of complaint. It bows only to those who stand unshaken in the storm, those who forge strength in silence. 1. The harsh reality of complaints. Life does not reward those who waste time pointing fingers at others. The man who complains, who finds excuses, who blames the world for his suffering, is a man who has surrendered his power. Look around you. Do you see great men and women indulging in self-pity? Do you see the strong wasting their breath on grievances? No, because they understand one thing: the world is indifferent. No one truly listens to complaints. People may nod, they may feign concern, but deep inside they do not respect those who whine. Why? Because complaining is an admission of helplessness. It tells the world, I am not in control, I am powerless, I am a victim. And what do people do with victims? They look down upon them, they discard them. The Stoic does not complain because he understands that life will never be fair. That fairness is a fantasy of the weak. The only fairness that exists is the fairness of effort, the fairness of willpower. Those who work, who fight, who endure are rewarded. Those who complain, who seek comfort in sympathy, who expect others to fix their problems, remain weak. 2. Why complaints are a sign of weakness. The strong face adversity and take action. The weak face adversity and complain. That is the difference. When a man complains, he tells the world that his problems are beyond him, that he is not capable of overcoming them. And nothing is more pathetic than a man who admits his own weakness. What do people respect? They respect those who endure. They respect those who suffer in silence and rise regardless. They respect those who own their struggles, who take life as it is and mold it with their own hands. No one looks at a man who whines about his problems and sees strength. They see fragility. They see a person who cannot control himself, let alone control his destiny. The moment you stop complaining is the moment you reclaim your power. No matter what the world throws at you, no matter how unfair life may seem, it is always within your control to rise above it. 3. The Stoic perspective on responsibility. A Stoic does not waste time blaming fate, luck, or other people for his misfortunes. He understands that while he cannot control everything, he can always control himself, his actions, his mindset, his choices. The moment you take full responsibility for your life is the moment you break free from weakness. No more excuses, no more complaints, only solutions. The man who owns his fate, no matter how cruel, is the man who commands respect. 4. Excuses. The chains that keep you weak. Excuses are comfortable, they are warm, they give you an easy way out, but they are chains. They keep you trapped in mediocrity. The more you justify your failures with excuses, the more powerless you become. A Stoic sees an excuse for what it is, a lie. A lie we tell ourselves to avoid effort, to avoid discomfort, to avoid taking control. But there is no growth in comfort, there is no power in avoidance. Only when you eliminate excuses do you become truly free. 5. How complaining destroys your reputation. Your words shape how people perceive you. The moment you open your mouth to complain, you signal weakness. You tell others that you are not in control. You tell them that you lack resilience. And people remember. They remember the ones who stand strong, and they remember the ones who break. If you want respect, you must show strength. You must show that no matter what happens, you are in command, that you will not crumble, that you will not beg for sympathy. The world respects the unshaken. 6. The world respects strength, not pity. No one respects the man who plays the victim. People respect the man who takes his suffering and uses it as fuel. The man who is wronged but seeks no revenge. The man who faces hardship but never complains. That is strength. That is power. Strength is silent. It does not beg to be seen. It does not need validation. It stands tall on its own. That is why the world bows to the strong and ignores the weak. 7. Embracing adversity without excuses. The Stoic welcomes adversity because he knows it is the only path to true power. Every hardship is an opportunity. Every challenge is a lesson. The man who faces difficulty with silence and discipline is the man who will rise. Excuses are for those who fear struggle, but struggle is the forge of greatness. To be strong, to be respected, you must embrace the fire without complaint. 8. The power of absolute ownership. Take full control of your life. Own every success, own every failure, own every setback. When you stop blaming the world, you gain true power. There is nothing more powerful than a man who refuses to be a victim. 9. How to break free from the habit of complaining. Every time you feel the urge to complain, stop. Ask yourself, what can I do? Take action instead of speaking weakness. Replace complaints with solutions. Speak only words of strength. 10. Turning hardship into strength, like a Stoic. A Stoic turns every hardship into fuel. He does not ask, why me? He asks, how can I use this? Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Every pain is a lesson. 11. The path to true resilience. Resilience is built in silence. It is built through hardship. It is built by facing life head-on, without excuses, without complaint. It is the foundation of respect. 12. Walk the Stoic path. Earn respect in silence. The world does not respect those who complain. It respects those who endure, those who take life as it is and rise. If you seek respect, seek strength. If you seek strength, eliminate complaints. Walk the path of the Stoic. Speak less, endure more. The world will notice.